for those who missed it, this is the newly deployed U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, basically bragging about rejecting an appeal from the World Health Organization to put pressure on Israel to stop its full-blown siege of Gaza, where for many weeks now it's resumed its policy of blocking everything from getting into Gaza: food, water, medicine, everything. And this is Mike Huckabee taking the time to make a video basically bragging about being complicit in a war crime.
Who is the regional coordinator for the WHO for the Eastern Mediterranean region, called upon me to put more pressure on Israel to bring humanitarian aid to the people of Gaza. I appreciate the message from Dr. Balke. And today, what I would like to suggest is that we work together on putting the pressure where it really belongs, on Hamas, to give us the opportunity to open up those humanitarian channels. So we call upon Hamas to sign an agreement so that humanitarian aid can flow into Gaza to the people who desperately need it. When that happens and hostages are released, which is an urgent matter for all of us, then we hope that that humanitarian aid will flow and flow freely, knowing that it will be done without Hamas being able to confiscate and abuse their own people by not allowing those resources to get to the people who desperately need it.
So he took the time to go and make a video basically broadcasting the fact that Israel is imposing a starvation siege, imposing collective punishment on the people of Gaza, because whatever you think about Hamas, even if you blame them entirely for everything that's happened since October 7th, the people of Gaza have nothing to do with it, and it's illegal to use them as basically collateral, as hostages, to cut off all aid. Like, you just can't impose collective punishment. But he's bragging about the fact that he is, and even there he's saying even if all the hostages are released, then we hope we'll be able to resume the free flow of aid. And by the way, Hamas has agreed to a deal already. It's Israel that is holding it up. So even the premise of his support for collective punishment is wrong, on top of the fact that you just can't support collective punishment to begin with. But I just find it amazing that he took the trouble to broadcast his own willingness to be complicit in a starvation siege.
Well, that's part of the punishment porn that's become popular among part of Trump's base, that's being broadcast through the White House official Twitter account, the DHS account, ICE accounts. They're trying to thrill their base with the sadistic punishment of the poor, non-American terrorist mass that has been declared an enemy infestation. I mean, it's consistent with the messaging, and it's part of what the appeal of Trump is like, yeah, these people, it's about time. FAFO, that's all it is. Yeah. For Mike Huckabee, it's also consistent with his Christian Zionist ideology, which is the basis for his approach to Israel-Palestine and the basis for his appointment. And the Christian Zionists, in their eschatological final solution, the Jews who are represented by Israel, this phony creation, which is as connected to the authentic history of the Bible as Gail King is to outer space travel, is the Jews need to be at war. The Jews need to be perpetually at war in order to fulfill the end times final solution for Mike Huckabee. And so the deal cannot be accepted. Mike Huckabee is going to align himself fully with Netanyahu and the most extreme elements in his coalition as an American to obstruct a ceasefire deal. And what has Hamas asked for? They've asked for all, just an end of the war in exchange for all the hostages. They've said that they will store their weapons. I don't know how they're going to do that, but they've offered to cede power to a unity government, to cede power, or to a technocratic government. They have offered to leave power. They do not want to rule Gaza. And Israel in turn says, well, we'll only accept a certain number of hostages for a 40-day ceasefire, which means after 40 days, they'll start the killing again. And how did they start the killing again when they broke this ceasefire? With one of the most ferocious assaults on the civilian population of Gaza, in which over 80 children were killed in less than 1 hour. So why would they accept that? Israel does not, Netanyahu specifically doesn't want to end this war. There are now elements like powerful figures in Israeli society that want to end the war. Netanyahu calls them the deep state, the gatekeepers. Dan Halutz, for example, former Israeli chief of staff and Air Force chief, has said Netanyahu needs to basically be like forcibly removed from power. And there are major protests in Tel Aviv in support of a deal, but can't have it with Netanyahu. And so Huckabee's just there to back him up.
And what did Israel just target in recent strikes? From what I've heard, they targeted rescue equipment that's used, like the few remaining stocks of rescue equipment of heavy machinery that's used to dig in the rubble. Well, in the latest round of Israeli strikes, I was told at least that was targeted and destroyed, so that people now trapped under rubble have even less of a chance of being rescued. I mean, already their chances were extremely slim because Gaza just doesn't have the infrastructure and the equipment to be able to rescue people. But some of the latest targeting, I was told, includes some of the few trucks and vehicles that can be used to rescue people.
Yeah, after a professional mistake led to the killing of 15 rescue workers.